wanted to talk to you about these warming socks. I've owned a few pair of them. These are my favorite ones that I've owned, and I'm going to tell you why. First, I always like to give you a chance to pause and read the instructions. So these are the instructions it came with if you would like to pause and read any of those. They were a little unclear on the washing of the socks, and so I'm going to come back and do another video after I have washed them a couple of ways. I'm going to hand wash and then use the washing bag it came in, which is a nice mesh zippered bag, to tell you if how they fared. Also comes with a USB-A to a USB-C charging cable, which I have not opened because I have a million of these, but it did come with one, not a power brick though. And so I'm wearing one of these socks I'm going to show you in a minute, but this is just to give you a closer look at the sock where I can kind of control it a little better. You can see the warming coils down there on the bottom. And then you see it has some nice gripping around the middle of your foot, the top of your ankle, and then this is the pocket where you will slide the battery. So the battery just slides in nicely. Let's see if I can do it without actually wearing it. Slides in nicely to this pocket right here, and you'll plug this cord into the side and also tuck it in, and then you can button it closed. If you're wearing them all the way up, I don't see a need to button it closed, but I bunched mine down and I wanted to roll them down actually, and I just didn't, but the button would be helpful there. And so you plug this into the side here. There's a little hole right here that you can plug it into, and then just tuck the whole situation in there, and it does tuck in nicely. You do need to plug in the battery to get this to operate properly. So I was trying to get the battery to work before I plugged it in. It doesn't. So I'm at about 25% remaining. It came charged to 75%. I've been wearing them on full heat for 2 hours. So I would say probably, so since 2 hours took 50% of the battery, probably 4 hours total. But you're going to long press this to turn it on, and then short press it to lower the level, but I had it wide open. And then this is the charging port when you need to charge it. So, and then long press will turn it off again, and unplugging it will turn it all the way off. So that's how you operate those really quick. But I'm going to take you down to show you the sock that I am wearing and talk to you a little bit about my experience with it, if I can get the balance there. So you see, this is what I meant. I had it kind of bunched down. I just didn't want it around my calf. It did fit around my calf. I don't like that feeling. So I have it bunched down and the battery pack button closed here. This is still on full heat. So we've been having record lows for this early in the season. It's been below freezing temperatures, and we have tile floors in my house. So my feet are always really cold, and I hate that. And so I cranked these to the top level, and I've been wearing them around for 2 hours this morning, and my feet have been super, super warm. Like, I can't even believe it, just how comfortable these are. And so, barefoot on tile floors is miserable. Even regular socks on tile floors, it does not keep my feet warm, but these kept my feet super, super toasty, which is great. And so, my one complaint, if I have one, is that in the other socks I tried, I couldn't feel any of the coils. And in this, you mostly can't. But right here, I think it's where they're trying to round the corner. And it might just be the shape of my foot. But right here, for like a little space, you can feel that cord, which I thought was going to bother me a lot more when I put it on, because I was like, oh, that's annoying. But the second I started wearing them around, I didn't feel it anymore. So it might be a nitpicky complaint, but you can feel a little bit of the cord right there. Like right now, as I'm rubbing my finger on it, I definitely feel it, whereas you don't feel them like on the rest of the sock. But I wasn't conscious of it at all. So anyway, that it's a nitpicky complaint, but if I had to give it a con, that's it. I love this ribbing right here around the center of my foot because it keeps those coils nice and tight to my foot and keeps it nice and warm. I did actually end up turning them down maybe like 20 minutes in because I was afraid. It was so warm at first when I was pressing. I kind of had my feet up on the couch and the socks were really pressing in. I thought I was going to burn my foot, but it didn't burn my foot. I guess I'm not used to having such warm feet. So I don't think these socks would burn your feet at all, but I turned it down for a minute just to be careful. Then I turned it back up, and I've been wearing it at full blast for, like I said, for 2 hours with no problems. So really happy with these overall. Like I said, these are a lot warmer than the other warming socks that I've tried, and I have tried more than one pair. And so these are definitely my favorite ones. These are keepers for sure. So like I said, the one nitpicky complaint is maybe a little bit right there. You can feel the cord, but once you start walking around, you're not going to be aware of them at all. Or maybe it's just when I'm sitting, I can feel it. I don't know. But overall, super, super warm. They're thick, thick socks. So on their own, without the warming element, they'd be pretty warm, but they're definitely really warm once you turn the heater on. So I am an Amazon associate. I do earn from qualifying purchases, but to keep it honest, I do like to just show you the product and tell you my experience with it, and hopefully that helps you decide if it is for you. So definitely check out my other video that I'm going to make after washing them, and I'll come back and tell you my experience with that and just make sure they still work. But this is a very high quality product, and I am sure that it's going to work because I've been really impressed with these a lot more than the other warming socks that I've tried so far. So hopefully that's enough information to help you decide if it's also for you.